Hello, happy Friday. There's sunshine outside that window. Let's call it a good day so far. Right, so I have got 2 live streams left with the April kit. 1 today, 1 Monday. That means we are getting near the end of a stack of pages, but I've got this stack here on my desk, so let's have a look. Well, let's go back over here and also let's say hello to people. Good morning. Joanne, Naomi, Sophia, Jean, China Girl is here, Kirsty's here, Nadine. Hello, hello, Lizzie. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. It's cold at Kirsty's house, and she is scrapping an Easter holiday in Malta. There you can feel warmer. Yes. And I agree. I love scrapping holiday photos because then you feel like you can relive everything. Yes. From the comfort of your own house. So here's everything I've done so far. Do I still need to sit down and do a nice journaling session? Yes. Do I want to? Yes. Have I been able to? No. But it's going to happen very soon. Hello, Elaine. Right, so we did 3 3x4s in a row. A mix of photos on a diagonal. Here I have a note. Let me see it. 2 3x4s with lots of delicate layers. 2 different sizes of picture with the, no, this is the one that needed more sticking. Let's sort it now. With a cut file. See, it doesn't want to let go entirely because that part is super stuck. But I've done something here. There we go. Get that E back to where it's supposed to be. Okay. Cut file, 2 different kinds of photos. Hello, Corinne. And 2, what are they? 3x5, 4x5, somewhere around there. Black and whites with some inking added into our column composition. And then turning that horizontally with some stenciling, some gesso. Yeah. Horizontal layers. And then this one with the cut aparts. A single photo, 6 4x4 cut apart pieces. And today we're going to tear some paper. And today I'm going to use that other photo from that same photo session as this one. I have heaps. They wore all sorts of different outfits. They took, I think they took, it was a 40-minute session. I think they took 1,400 photos, which I then got in both black and white and color. I'm obviously not going to scrap all of that. Obviously, there are a lot of not great shots in there, but there are lots of great ones, so you will see more of them. I'm not sure if I'll make some sort of mini book with them or anything like that because it's not very often that I do mini book scrapping. So for right now, I'm just going to do a couple 12x12s. Right, so let's do a little sketch, and then I'll do my speech, and on we go. And iCloud will not stop interrupting me because I'm running out of cloud space. And every time I start doing something, it's like, hey, did you remember? I'm not putting your photos on the cloud. I have remembered, but I don't want to talk to you about it right now, iCloud. So go away, pop-up box that's disturbing my video. Okay, so we're going to do torn paper, which means I need to check out what I've got left here. I'm definitely using those wood grain letter stickers today. Right. And, oh, that's not the right button. Okay. So let's see what we've got. But the good bit is with a black and white, that means I can pick whatever color scheme I want. Yeah. So papers, I still have a full width because I want to tear the paper horizontally. So I've still got clouds, pink. Oh, I've got enough that I can do a horizontal strip of that. Got full sheet of orange. That's cut apart. Those are letters. I've got clouds and butterflies. this with that orange background. A full page of the 2 different greens. Right, but those are smaller pieces. Oh, and I have a whole page of this and this. Okay. So this is my page for, actually, I was going to say for Monday, but now I'm kind of liking using this as the top part. And actually, it'll go with this. What? Not what I saw coming when I put all this together, but I like it anyway. Right. So we're going to use these 2. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. It means I might bring in that orange too. Okay. So the photo's going to go over here. Yep. Then the torn paper is going to come kind of toward the bottom of it. And look, this is a third in from the left. And then there's going to be multiple torn papers here. Yeah. So one big sheet here, one something that's going to come out in the background here. And then these are smaller strips across the middle. Yeah. And then that gives me places for embellishment, journaling cards, things like that. Also can have a bit of journaling down here. And I'm going to try and run the title in here somewhere. Okay, then we can do a diagonal of confetti and small embellishment along there. What to do if you don't like torn lines? Oh, stop popping up, silly button. There we go. If you don't like torn lines, it's okay. You could cut them as straight lines, or if you like the energy that you end up seeing from the torn, but you just don't want torn edges, you could do a cut curve. So you could use a curved ruler or an edge of a platter, or you could freehand it, but you could just take all of your edges and cut with a slight curve, not like a circle, just a soft curve. Or you could go in and do edging with it. So you could use a border punch, you could use a die, you could use any of those tools that you might have bought and had in your stash. If so, you can use them. Yeah? All right. That is the plan. Let's get back over to here where I can see you. Yes, my mom has arrived safely. She's here in the house. Yes, thank you for asking. So yesterday, picked her up and then brought her home so I could bake all day, because guess what today is? It's a cake sale day at school. So I've currently got 9 dozen cupcakes sitting downstairs waiting for frosting. I've got 2 dozen vegan ones to go in the oven because my vegan recipe does not keep, so I have to make them on the day. I'm going to do orange vanilla, and I've not done this one before, but I got inspired by things I found at the shop. I'm going to do pineapple upside down cupcakes. I'm not sure if I'm going to make them upside down or right side up, but vegan pineapple vanilla cake with kind of vegan cream cheese type icing. Weigh in here with whether you think there should be coconut flavoring. Like, should I put coconut milk in the icing, or is that too much? I don't know. Okay. They all say hello, by the way. Hello. She says hi back. Right. Everything else in the questions answered? Yes. Fabulous. Right. Let's do speech and Hi, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products. I can talk, I promise, really. I haven't just done this the first time ever. Let's start again. My name is Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products. and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime you scrapbook on the internet, legally it's considered advertising, and I need to make sure you know that. So thank you for coming to watch my hashtag advertising. I appreciate you being here, whether you are live, chatty, watch from Tomorrowland, quiet, craft, don't craft, thinking about coming back to craft, any of those things. If you watch while you drive, be careful. And if you want to find anything that is in the description, anything that's in the video, it's probably linked in the description box. Wow, words are really hard this morning. So that includes all the supplies that I'll use today. That's the link called April, Best of Both Worlds. And then everything I'll be using next month is already there. You can grab it from scrapbook.com, or you can shop your local store if you have one, because if you do shop there, champion, you're so lucky to have a local store in person. I wish I could go look at supplies in person. It just sounds gorgeousness. Or if you have lots of stuff in your stash and you want to use what you've already bought, I totally embrace that concept. So you should just use the shopping list to shop from your own stash for similar items, and then you can scrap along with me all through the month of May. I'm live twice a week working with those supplies, so I will help you get all that stuff out of your stash and into your album. Right, so you can find that. You can find links to classes. If you're in this year's story, then there have been several videos for you, including on Wednesday, I did a mega session and I did 3 12x12s. So it's all in one video, but you can just kind of watch as and when you like, rather than having to watch all the way through. But it was really nice. I've not done that in a long time, where you just take like 2.5, 3 hours and just scrapbook. I think it was 2.5 hours. I did 3 12x12s, and that was quite nice. Right. Oh, Joanna is looking forward to May because the kit is gorgeous. Yay. Kelly listens while she drives and then re-watches. She watches the video later. That's hilarious. That's like imagining with everything in your head, and then seeing if what I did actually lines up. I wonder if it does. Right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and we have different votes on coconut. Some yes, some no. Excellent. Right. Now, so here's what I'm thinking. This is going to be the top bit, and I don't have to worry about that imperfection on the paper, because that's where this is going to go. Fabulous. This one's going to go at the bottom, but I also think I should use this to matte the photo. Isn't it nice how this light blue is that light blue? Yes. Different collections, different manufacturers, different designers, but hey, a happy, happy mix. So that means I'm not going to just use this as the whole background. I'm going to cut a piece down here. So you know what that means? It means purple cardstock. Purple cardstock, purple cardstock, purple cardstock. Where are you? Down here. All right. The seemingly never-ending purple cardstock, but it is ending at some point. What will we do? We need some sort of celebration or memorial service. I'm not sure which. When I get to the end of the purple cardstock. Good morning, Tony and Karina. Ooh, Tony got all her stuff for May ordered, and she's going to work along with me next month. Whoop, whoop. We love it. We love it. Okay, so I want about that much to safely sit here at the bottom of the page so that we can pretend this is the whole background, but it's not, because I want the navy B-side for the top. A purple cardstock party with all purple food. Oh my goodness. Well, that's like a red wine color, so bring your own wine to the party for purple cardstock. And go ahead and make that happen here. Jean says everybody will be hyped after a purple celebration. Everybody has to bring their own purple Fitzgerald thickers. Yes. I love how you're all being very, very polite about what got leaked yesterday. Yes, we're going to be doing tearing. This line, this line, this line, this is all going to be torn, but we're going to overlap it on top of here. The purple's getting covered up. Hey, Joanna is on the other side of the world. It's not 10 o'clock in the morning for her. So she's just at the purple wine party early. So we're going to tear this across here, but we're going to have a couple pieces to tear with it so that I can get the layers in between. So here's what I was thinking. This actually has orange. How long is my mom staying? A week, basically. So, because she left where she lived on Wednesday, and she leaves here on Wednesday, but it meant that she arrived here on Thursday. When you fly this direction, it goes overnight. So WB's got a long work weekend, Friday to Tuesday, and then once she's seen all his shows, off she goes home again. Oh, I don't need that. Yeah, okay. So we've got orange and that one, and I want one more, and I quite like this one if the blues are a good match. They're not going to be right next to each other, so I think it would be okay. Oh, but it will be next to this one, and it's not a great match there. Do I have something that was better? What's the other one like? That's probably better match. Okay. So put them in the order that they're going to go. Now, can I tear all three at the same time? Yep, apparently I can. Right, and I want the white edge to be visible here. So I want to tear that way. Is that right? Yes. There we go. So now, let's layer them up. So this one around here, then that one. What I need to do is see where does the top one come out, because that's the one that's not adjustable. And then we can pull these up underneath like that. Ooh, I like that. Yes? Yes. Okay, so let's get these tacked in place to each other. All right. Then there's quite a lot of this orange. I'm not sure why I'm doing this, just in case. You've all done that to me. This is this is the effect you've had on me. I save bits of paper that I wouldn't have saved. Okay. Right. Background. So, ready to go there? Yes. Now, that is going to go there. Loving this ledger for kind of creating its own little frame. Let's have a look at the cut aparts and things that are left so you can see if there's anything I want to tuck in and what I want to journal on and that sort of stuff. Okay, I got these. This one. These are too big, but in case I want to cut anything down. And there's my sticker sheet. Oh, we were doing so well. We were doing so well. Anyway, talk amongst yourselves. One day I'll get to announce things myself. One day. So there's another elephant out of the bag. Yeah. Hilariously, the sales sheets from American Crafts take kind of hours to filter out to everybody they send them to. So it was leaked yesterday by a store before I had even seen the sales sheet because my email hadn't come through yet. And that's when I see what made it to the final production. So I do all my work and approve all the stuff that I get to approve of, but there's a step beyond that where the powers that be can say, and even at the factory can say, oh, actually we're not liking how that comes out. And I don't know about those things until we get to the very end. And so then we see the sales sheet. So my messages blew up with people seeing this, and I'm like, oh, news to me. I haven't even seen the order form. And then a few hours later, I got the order form, and I'm like, oh, okay, so now I know what made it through. And we're mostly good. So I don't think it's going to be long because until I can show you stuff for real, because I'm thinking about that yellow one. Because some designers got parcels yesterday with their collections. So I am hoping that that means mine is also made it to America, and I will get, obviously I won't get mine the same day they do because mine has to cross an ocean. But hopefully it's not far behind. That's what I'm thinking. So we will see what happens. Now, the interesting part, I don't really need to add a journaling card with lines when I have a lined background. And having the straight edge at the bottom is different. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, so this time I don't have, last time I was really tight-lipped because I had a piece of paper that said, you can't talk about this collection until this date, and then it was already all over the internet, and I didn't want to break the rules. I don't have that. I just also don't have it here and didn't know what was happening. So anyway, so I might as well just say, so I have a new collection. It comes out mid-May, and it's called Reasons to Smile. But I want you to know from the beginning that when I say reasons to smile, I do want you to look all the way through, because it's not, I purposely did not want it to be like a sickeningly positive, look, everything is perfect kind of situation. If you look into the details, it's reasons to smile, with the caveat that some days you got nothing. And so there'll be kind of 8 or 9 positive pieces and one thing that's more like reality. Yeah. Do you want to know what my favorite things are, like highlights to look out for? So I know one thing that you'll all be happy about, I think. Anti-caffeine, I'm not sure if I can answer that question today, so I'm not going to. So navy blue Fitzgerald's. Yay! Also, second happiest thing, there's one sheet of paper I hope you all go out and buy loads of. Wood grain ledger. Yes? So it's a palish kind of wood grain with a white ledger line across it. I hope you love it as much as I do. It's super simple, but I feel like it's something that we could all use 25 times. Yeah, there's also wood grain puffy tiles. Yes, I do like to keep it real. So there we go. I hope you like it. Yeah. There we go. Navy Fitzgerald, wood grain letters and wood grain ledger. What have I done here? I'm honestly not sure what I've done there. It's not. I don't know what it is. Usually when I get stuff on things, I know what it is. And I'm not sure what this is. Okay, well, it seems to be coming off, actually. I keep going. Like cleaning my glasses. So there we go. Also, I think there will be some products that are exclusive to different places. So that's kind of cool. I don't think I've done one of those before. Have I? I don't think so. Yeah. All right. What am I picking? This one, the black and white? No. No. Yes. Okay, so that's going over here. And I might tear it. I'm going to. I'm going to start inking things though. Okay, just keep in mind, I know you're running to pre-orders. Keep in mind that pre-orders are not always a perfect system, and just it might mean that different things come in at different times. I really hope not. But what the thing I want you to know is that I have no control over that, okay? I think all of you who watch the lives now know I don't do anything to do with product fulfillment. That's not part of my job at all. It just stresses me out when people say, oh, I did this on pre-order and it hasn't come in yet or whatever. And I would love to fix that for you, but I can't. Okay, so that's my caveat about pre-orders. Cool. And also just double check. Have I got in the description box today? Yes, okay. So there's 2... in the description box, there's affiliate links that take you to Main Character Energy at 2 different shops. One does pre-orders, one doesn't. But the affiliate links, even though they'll take you to main character energy, you can still use them if you want to hop over on an affiliate link to either of those stores. Yeah, and then just go to the bit that you want. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Elaine. There was an exclusive product with Head in the Clouds for Tuesday morning. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to put something else here, though, because I don't like how that torn bit came out, but it's okay. Right. This is going here. Oh, yeah, Larson, you did absolutely nothing wrong at all. You're absolutely fine. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. It was just kind of funny because I was expecting, like, when I turned the live stream on, I was expecting the comments to be, like, full of it already. And we actually just carried on for a while without anybody mentioning it. And I thought, oh, wow. So that's all. It does not mean that you did anything wrong. You didn't. You're fine. Sarah says, do affiliates work with pre-orders? And Melinda says, did I get to do an album? No albums. Sorry. I'm still going to ask, but I have yet to receive. Maybe if Paige's album does really well with the page protectors also doing well, because at Christmas I used her album, but we had to use Vicky's refills, which were, they fit fine, but there was one page protector that came with Paige's album, but you couldn't buy a refill for it. And then I ended up making it like this precious thing that I didn't want to use because I couldn't buy more. Now you can buy more. So hopefully, if Pages do well, then maybe that means I could do an album. I would love to do a 12 by 12 album because that's what I love. Also would like some more. I know I have a, yes, I did. I outed myself. I said, wow, you're not talking about what was leaked. And then they started talking about Taylor Swift, which was hilarious. So yeah, Larson, you're all good. I hope you haven't like switched off or anything. You're fine. Give us a thumbs up that you're still here. You're not upset. Yeah. It's absolutely, when I said like one day I'll get to announce my own collection, I did not mean you. Did not mean you. You're good. You're good. You're good. Right. Moving on. Anti-caffeine. It was sets of stamps that were exclusive Head in the Clouds for Tuesday morning. Okay. Then Larson's all right. Good. Okay. The other question was, Sarah had said, do affiliates still work with pre-orders? I think at Cherry on Top, I still get an affiliate commission if you use the link that's in the description box. It'll take you to main character energy, but then you can shop wherever you want in the store. I'm pretty sure it still works on a pre-order there. I don't have an affiliate link to anywhere else that does pre-orders because scrapbook.com does not. They wait until it's in stock. You can set, like once they announce it, it's coming soon, then you can set a notify me button and then that'll send you an email, or I think you can even maybe set it as a text message if you have an American number. But I've signed up several times for the scrapbook.com text messages and put in my British number and I don't get anything. So I don't think that works. Okay. Whatever it was that got on the photo is also on here. It's not on my hands, right? No. Okay. It's not that. All right. We're good. So maybe this one as well and tear the bottom of that. I know you're right. Amy is going to need somebody to hold her hand when she watches this video. Oh, that would be weird. Valerie thought the email might be a scam. No, not a scam. I don't think I'm big enough for people to do some sort of scam. I will say the header line on the email, on the email that leaked the collection, and to be fair, I bet they weren't told not to say anything. Does that work? Yeah. Anyway, the header line was quite complimentary. There? Yeah. Okay. So the reason I'm having trouble placing this is because I'm looking at like big elements, and what I really want to get down to is lots of little layers. But I can't get to lots of little things until I have the big stuff in place. Okay, that going there. What else have we got here then? Little things, the little things, the little things, the little things. So we have this and we have these. Turquoise is not going to happen. That one though. Oh, it's not a very everyday kind of scenario though. And look, it's another 365 thing that came out in a leap year. But that one's relevant. This one is relevant, but totally wrong color. But I have more photos from that day, so I'll just use it with that. It's fine. Oh, however though, these two then bring in the not bright white. No, I'm not going with it. I think I'm going to stick with the white stuff. Okay. So then, oh, I did get to do a, how are we even saying that? Papier? It's like an ephemera and washi paper kind of pack of die cuts. I didn't get to hold a real one in my hand before I designed it. So I hope it's brilliant. I laugh as I say that because the wanting to hold something in my hand before I make it is a very me thing, and it's not the way we work in the industry. So anytime we create a new product, you have to design it first before you get it. But it feels weird to me. But I'm not involved in the manufacturing bit. So I'm not going to be like they're designing at the factory and saying, can you run one of these and let me test it? No. Oh, Joanna makes a good call. The acetate film strips from previous kits that I had a couple different colors in the 49 in Market. I'm not going to pull them out today, but I think that's a good call, and I have plenty more of those to go, so it might happen. I might even pull them out for Monday. Right. So yeah, they give you a great description and you go from there, and that's just how it works. So, but there's always part of me that's like, oh, I would feel a little bit more relaxed if I knew exactly what was happening here. But I'm not supposed to know what's happening. That's just the rules. Right. The other thing I was realizing is I've got a bit of that left, and I was wanting floral. I know this is a very different floral from that, but I think I might just go with it. 2 different styles of flower. Oh, but I don't want the turquoise halo. I need to cut into the yellow. Oh, this is way more detailed than what I would normally detail cut. What am I thinking? Really, what am I thinking? Okay. So do this big section, but without the turquoise leaves. And I'm definitely simplifying these edges as I cut, rounding them out. Pink leaves fine. And come around this way. All right. So I I end up with this sort of flower. Now, see, the reason that this ends up a little bit more challenging than it might seem is because the torn edges are facing down, so I can't tuck into them like I normally would, yeah? But what I'd like to do is run this kind of along here somewhere. There, yeah, I'm just gonna tuck it underneath that. And then curl up these edges. It'll probably get flattened eventually in the album, but give it some curl for now. And then one for over here. So again, I'm gonna leave out turquoise leaves and just go around. See what we can do. Now, I know I've got that big red flower up at the top left corner. So I also want to kind of figure out how I make that connected. So it connects here, okay, and I've got that red here. So I do have a little triangle there. But I'm hoping with the stickers from that same collection that I can make it a little bit more connected. Take that right to the edge. Put it underneath maybe. But it'll need something else on top. I do like that there. Okay, but I don't like that spot on the top there, so I'm going to sort that next. Joanne has 4 packs of the purple Fitzgerald. And Sophia's going to go save up for the navy blue. Oh. I'm working on the rainbow, just one at a time. Oh, Joanne, you should. Joanne says she should take a photo of how she stores all of her Shimelle collection supplies. Yes, take that photo. Right. So what pieces do I have left that I can make work here? All of these have plural titles for a photo of one person. This one works. That one works fine. So if I'm going to include that one, and it has a mug with pencils, then this mug with pencils can balance it out. And look at this. You know this was designed by somebody who actually scrapbooks. It's Tracy. Look. The pencil cup has the handle on the right, the flowers on the right, the pencils on the right. The embellishment to coordinate has the handle, pencils, and flowers on the left. Love you, Tracy. These things make life easier and prettier. Competitive thicker buying. You're all going to compete for who has the most thickers. I'm here for that, I think. Right, where's it gonna go? Is that an okay place for it to go? Why not? Yeah, it's gotta go on top of the yellow flowers. And then we take the mug over to the other side. It's so funny having my mom here. Every time I am used to hearing somebody else in the house for a live stream, I'm used to it being WB, like reading a book or playing a video game downstairs. And part of my instinct's like, are you okay, dude? No, he's at school. I mean, hopefully he is okay. Oh, I have a sports day update. They changed the rules because he'd found a loophole. But he did have a great time and had a new personal best. So that is exciting. Sophia says, ooh, she's literally just invented in a professional grade paint that is a lovely navy blue, Amsterdam's indigo, and she cannot stop using it. Oh, I hope it's a good match, and then you can use it together with the thickers. So yes, egg and spoon. So for those of you who don't know, he had found for several years a loophole in the egg and spoon race where you had to, if you dropped your egg, if the egg fell, you had to go to where the egg fell and then carry on from there. But it didn't say that it had to just fall off the spoon. So in his young person language, he yeeted the egg. So he would throw the egg as far as he could with the spoon and then sprint over to where it landed and start again. And he started to do that this year, and they went, stop, 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 we forgot. WB has his own interpretation of these rules, so we're going to clarify there is no yeeting of the egg. And so the egg can only be held or naturally fall with gravity. It cannot have help. So he didn't do that. But he was very happy because they do some, I don't know what the name of this activity is, and he didn't either. But imagine, you know, like if you had poles that you had to weave in and out of like this, but they have to hop. Keep both feet together and hop, ding, 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 ding. And you're supposed to see how many you can go across in a set amount of time. And last year, he only managed 10. And yesterday, he managed 36. And he was like, can you believe how much I've improved at this skill? And I'm like, one, no. But also, I mean, like, is this a skill that's going to accomplish anything in the world? I don't know. I'm not even sure kind of what sport it links to other than just general physical agility. So I'm guessing it's that. But he was very pleased with himself at his huge amount of improvement from last year to this year at diagonal jumping with your feet together. So there we go. Off of the yeeting the egg and up with zigzag jumping. Yay. And I don't think he had to run the hurdles next to the tallest kid in the year. Last year, the hurdles, which is funny for primary school kids because the hurdle is like basically a full-size hurdle that you'd use with more grown-up kids. And of course, at age 10, there's such a variation in height. And so he's the shortest, but there's a kid who is equally the tallest that you could be at that age. And last year, they just randomly get picked to who's going to run in which lane. And as the names came out of the hat, the tallest kid in the year was running next to the shortest kid in the year. But they're really good friends, so this was going to be fine. And basically, the tallest kid did the whole course. You had to go down and come back. So he does the whole length down and back, and WB has not yet reached halfway. And this kid shouts, "Don't worry, I got you!" And he does it again so that they can come back and cross the finish line together. Love the kid. And they were having such a good time and then just high-fived and fell on the floor giggling at the end. But he didn't have to go against the tallest kid in the year this time. So he was like, so I didn't get a special moment, but I had a really good time. So what more can you ask from sports day when you're not particularly sporty? I think that was a great win all told. Right, anything else going to go on here? And I want to get these letter stickers involved. What am I going to call this? I don't know. And can we use the pink stickers or do we want to change for something else? Because I'd love to use a big phrase kind of thing, but both of these are the word our and it's just him. And so I don't really think that's it. But there is some pink here, so I could go with the pink, but I think it'd be better not to. You know what would be great? Navy blue thickers. I don't have those yet. I'm working on it. Like, in fact, I worked on it last year. But they're not here in my hot little hands just yet. What am I going to call this? So this photo was him. He did a little, because most of the photos are of them together, but for each outfit, they also took some individual photos. And for this one, he wanted to, like, he came in from the side and the friend held the shutter button just down. So it took a whole series of pictures and he did his bow that he does in the show. And this is like the joy that he comes down the center because unless it's a matinee, he does a solo bow. And so all of the ensemble are the two sides of the stage, and he gets to come all the way down center stage all on his own. And he comes through with this joy where it's like, woohoo, I did this. And the friend just kept pushing the button. And so I have all stages of the bow, including him flipped over with his hair all over his face and everything. But I just really loved this one because this is kind of the moment that he gets to the gap at the back and turns and faces the front. And he always looks like, woohoo, it's my turn. Oh, maybe that's what needs to go in the title. How do I work that into the title? What do we think? While I'm trying to work out the wording there, we've got Melinda is waiting for sparkly peach stickers. So am I. At one point, I looked at peach glitters, and they were all going too much to rose gold. So I'm hoping that we'll get a better peach in the factory list soon. Those things change all the time. It's a bit like... I know Sophia only learned about this recently. If you go have your nails done at a nail salon, they'll give you these little things that are like a swatch, but it's like one nail that's been painted, one artificial nail, and it's at the end of a stick, and then you can see all the nail varnish things. Factories do that with glitters too. So you get like little sticks or swatches of all the different glitters. And I'm looking at them on a screen then as well. And I'm like, oh, it looks too much like rose gold. And then the person on the other end of the call is going, yeah, it is pretty much a rose gold. I'm like, that's not peach. But we had this before when I was like, I like gold, but I want to take it into a matte. And the whole room looked at me and went, that's craft. That's craft cardstock, Shimelle. Okay, woohoo, it's my turn is cute. I wondered about center stage as well, but maybe I'll use that with ones that are from the actual stage because I think I will run out of stagey titles before I run out of bow photos, real bow photos. So let's do something about woohoo, it's my turn. Okay, so I need another color, and I don't suppose I can spell that in the orange letters that I don't have enough of. But let's just check in case I could. No O's there and one O there. But what about, like, could I do turn in any of these? T-U-R-N? Ooh, I could. My. I got no S's though. Okay. I could do a mix of these. Hold on. I need something to put it on. Let's see. Because I kind of like the idea of putting the woohoo in this and it's my turn in orange. So No R's there, so this has to be an R here. Could do this. Oh. Turn. My. It's. What do you think? Oh, I think it works. I think it works. And I've got a real apostrophe here. It's going to go in the right place. And come back to the smaller one for the exclamation. Oh, Joanna, it's nice that you say that because I worry a lot that you'll all be sick of me and it probably turned some people off. So thank you. Joanna said that she loves hearing the pride in my voice when I talk about WB. I am very proud of him. Okay. So like that, and then the woohoo could even go here. Okay. You could even do this on the photo, but I'm not going to. Oh, Melinda's looking through the papers in Reasons to Smile. There are camera motifs. There's cameras. There's even a stagey reference on one of the papers. I hope some of you appreciate. It doesn't have to be a theater thing. It's one of those things where it can just be normal everyday life, but you could also sing it. So I hope some people appreciate that on both levels. Oh, let's bring it down a little bit. How does that look? Oh, not there. There. Okay. How do I spell woohoo? Like this. Spot the English teacher. I'm going to put a colon in here if I can make the dots go where I want them to go. Who punctuates woohoo with a colon? But it's what I think in my head. Okay. Like that. It's maybe angled a little over and I don't want that particularly. They're so tiny, they're fiddly. That's better. Okay, like that, yes. Now, enamel dots. And do I want any of these other elements going in here? This is funny because I both feel like this needs something else and feel like it's not what I've got here. Lisa, no, WB hasn't done Matilda. No. He would love to do Matilda at some point, but no, he has not done it at this point in time. Okay. Oh, and originally I was going to journal here or here, and I've made both of those things impossible. But I can journal all in any of that space there. Could also add a bit of journaling paper coming up here. Not this one, but that is an option. Could even go back to the ledger that I've torn. This is what I'm thinking. And add some in like this. This is going to give me a spot to put more embellishment. More. It's too tall. Oh. That's better. Auntie Caffeine needs 5 of the purple rainbow paper. Don't worry, Lisa. No worries. Okay, then could bring in that flower by cutting out this flower and putting it down here. Could cut out that whole motif, but the typewriter's really big. Now, there's no way I can cut that stem, so I'll show you how I do it. I cheat. I cut out the easy one first. So these little flowers, then all right. Pink one. Okay, and then this one, can still connect it with the stem, but it's going to be much easier to cut the stem this direction than while trying to keep it attached to the yellow flower. Or what I'm going to do is just take it off entirely, because it's easier. But if you want to keep the stem, you just cut it that way and then tuck the end of the stem behind the yellow flower. I don't want the stem because I want to bring it in smaller so they are all closer together. All right. Ink all of these, layer them up going off that bottom right edge. Well, we're here for Scrappy Rick in that attitude. China Girl says, because Joanne says that she feels sorry for her husband's credit card now that she's seen the next collection. And China Girl says, thankfully, sorry. Thankfully, Scrappy Rick is an enabler, and he'll probably say, he'll probably ask if she's bought enough. May we all have someone in our lives who says, are you sure you bought enough? Okay, so we could leave that one out entirely, but it is a good match to those stripes. So I'm going to try to keep it in here. This one could be over the top or tucked under. I'll probably decide when I get the journaling added in. Trim that last little bit away there. Enamel dots. Oh, it's this one that I'm almost out of it, but not quite. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 here. And then I want to bring that up to this corner, so this is where the other 3 are going to go, so that it feels like this is not coincidental, it is connected like that. Could also add in, especially yellow, or maybe if you had either of the blue enamel dots across there. And that's where I'm going to finish it. So journaling, and then I'll put gold on it. Of course I will. But there we go. So let's have a little look-see at the detail pieces here. So the layers on the left-hand side of the photo and the right-hand side of the photo. And the pictures are from You Self-Portrait Studio, which is by Waterloo Station. It's near Waterloo Station. And then this little area down here. And those letter stickers were 1 alpha from Bella Boulevard, the Florence alpha in orange, and the Doodlebug Sunshine alpha in tangerine. Just mixed together to keep that set going. Right, let's tidy up my desk. One last live stream with this kit. And that is coming on Monday, 1:30 p.m. UK time. And that will see me finish up all of the just normal YouTube live streams for the month. And then anything that is in my camera roll that I want documented in my album that hasn't got there yet will go over to the content for this year's story, which is my membership class, and you get to see what I then do with the leftovers in terms of leftovers from the supplies and also the leftovers from the stories I haven't told from April just yet. And you see how that 2024 album is all coming together. And you can find that class, #advertising, over on Shimelle.com. That's called This Year's Story. And so we get all these pieces tidied away. Don't need these little stragglers over here. And I've got possibly 11 dozen cupcakes to frost. I've got 9 dozen baked. I've got 2 dozen to go in the oven, and they all need frosting. So that's where I'm going to leave you today. Joanna says, I've started putting my enamel dots much closer together. It's not a brand new thing. I've been doing that for a while. Putting them together a little bit more like bubbles. And it's because I'm using them in places where I don't need to pull a whole bunch of random together. So when I use them more separated, it's when there's a whole bunch of things that maybe don't feel connected to me, and so I want to bring them into a little frame. But when I build the kits, as we get more and more into them, there are fewer items that I don't feel like they're connected. Like, even though these are different collections, to me, they are all feeling connected. So I don't feel the need to separate the dots to bring that together. So instead, I'm using them as little bubbles of color together to then bring your eye from one place to another. Same supply, but different visual technique. Still a group of 3 because I like them. Right. Oh, China Girl was going to scrap with me, but instead just chatted. And that's okay too. Sometimes that's what your brain and your heart both need. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this layout, if you like the layout or you enjoyed the video and you want to give it a thumbs up, that would be super duper awesome. 25 of you already have, and I appreciate that very much. So here's an extra bonus heart for you. Have a great weekend. I'll be live on Monday at 1:30. And my mom and I are going to go see a gazillion performances of WB. And then when he's on standby, we'll do some other shows too. We're going to go to the Pippin concert. Amazing. Right. I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.